we are here with Cruelbeanz versus Edible Toaster. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. We've also heard tell of some shenanigans happening with what our runners are doing. I don't know what these are yet, but we'll see. These both of these runners are very, very experienced in the tech of Map Rando. They do expert seeds races on a regular basis. So I'm excited to see the kind of shenanigans they pull off just in gameplay, let alone in setup. But starting off here, we have item draft as our starting game mode. That's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, joining me on commentary is Jax Omen. How you doing, Jax? You want to tell us about this game mode and the items that our runners have picked?
Sure. So item draft is just a regular kill the 4 major bosses and then you can fight Mother Brain mode. And they have picked to start with Spacer Beam and Speed Booster. They banned both suits.
Oh no. I see what this is.
So they're using the cursed Dread sprite for some reason.
Yeah, this is a sprite someone made. I believe they were trying to make a Metroid Dread Samus that's closer to what Samus looks in actual Metroid Dread with the poses and everything. Unfortunately, when mapped to Super Metroid physics and movement, it just looks weird. So people don't really use it very much. But yeah, Beans and Toaster have decided to be some trolls, I guess.
Yep, they're also doing randomized tile sets, which, joke's on them, that's not going to throw commentators off as much as you'd think, because one of us actually plays on area tiling regularly and is used to trying to identify rooms without them looking like their vanilla versions.
Indeed. Yeah, so we have a Spacer Beam and Speed Booster start. Our runners banned both suits. They didn't want to start with suits. They started with Spacer because they love Spacer. And Speed Booster, normally when you see speed, you would think that they're just trying to avoid some kind of speed lock toward the end game. Knowing these two runners, I believe it was, Beans is the one who picked speed. Knowing Beans, he's probably going to be looking for some spicy sequence breaks that he can do with Speed Booster, because he knows a lot of tech with like temporary blue suits.
Speaking of which, Beans tried to go for the CWJ in the moat, which is not in logic.
Let's go. And is a one-try trick if you don't have explosives to get back.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Oh, Toaster's going for it too.
Well, he's getting the item at least.
Toaster was short on his jump, so he got the item but didn't get soft locked behind it. So he's going to try again.
Toaster, okay. Yeah, if you're going to go for this Toaster, you need to turn off speed because the setup doesn't work with speed. Yeah, finding screw attack early. That means we might not need morph and or bombs for another step or two. Because screw attack can break bomb blocks if you can actually get to them.
I mean, if you played the recent weekly, you'll know morph can go quite a ways into a seed sometimes.
Oh, really? I missed that one because I was commentating Sunwoo versus username. That's the sad thing about this tournament. I love commentating all of these matches, but it also means I get to play less.
34 minutes, thank you, D-Rocky.
34-minute morph? Nice.
That was my morph time in the weekly. It was terrible.
Nice.
It was nasty. I don't want to spoil where it actually was in case you want to go async it.
Hey, it's still better than Nevdi.
True. True. Poor Nevdi catching strays in a race that has nothing to do with him.
Yeah. But if you can't meme about stuff like that, what's
Toaster got stuck but managed to wiggle his way back out as both runners are going for these breakable blocks with their screw attack.
Yeah, fun fact, if you get stuck in a 2-tile gap without Morph Ball, you can wiggle out to the right, but not to the left. Because this game is weird.
Yup.
Yeah, there's a lot of like left-right specific tech in this game. It's really strange. Like gate glitching only works from one side and not the other. You can only wiggle out from one side and not the other. You can stand on the edge of the platform in the Ridley fight when he's doing a pogo, but only on the left side, not on the right, or you will get hit on the right.
And on top of that, the gate glitching only working from one side is only true in normal circumstances, because there are gates you can glitch the other way because they have specific setups for them.
Yep.
Yeah, Divine just mentioned it. So like the room in Pink Brinstar, for example, has a gate that is commonly broken from the left, even though you normally can't gate glitch from the left.
Is it just because it's off screen? Is that the only reason that one works? I don't know. I don't understand that one.
I don't know. And there's ice freezing enemy setups to gate glitch from the left on, I think, the crab one. There's a crab one or something like that. There's weirdness.
There's also a croc escape one if I think you can come in with enough speed. From the previous room. But point being, the physics are different left to right than they are right to left.
So really Toaster has found Bubble Mountain, which just houses their first E-Tank. He was hoping to find something good there, but no such luck. And right now I think the runner's just trying to figure out what did Super Missile open up.
Yeah. We are in Caterpillar Room. So the way back through that one door on the left is a super check. We found a super door here. Into Bubble Mountain. Oh, right. Yeah, Toaster was already here. I'm behind.
That's okay.
I was busy talking about left-right stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Important. More important than... Clearly more important than the
Toaster
race
realized there's a runway, and he doesn't need to do the complicated, tricky wall jump to get up. He can just use the runway.
Yeah. But the tricky wall jump is faster if you get it first try.
If you get it first try, and only if you get it first
try. That's a big if, yeah. All right,
we got a left door, not Fantoon.
Edge. I wanted to see super only Fantoon.
All right, so I assume Toaster is just going to go up the elevator and grab whatever that major is immediately.
That's absolutely the first thing you go for. He's probably scanning the map to see if he can figure out what's next, try to make a guess at what this major might be. One would hope it's Morph, because then you could potentially get power bombs, I think, in Green Bryn Reserve. It's Varia?
What the heck?
Yeah, you see that pause just standing still afterward like, that is not what I expected. Okay,
that's not what anyone expected that to be, I think.
There's the gauntlet item over there, but that's Morph locked. So he's looking for a long heated room. Maybe Croc Speedway? Yep. Beans also getting this Varia and being a bit quicker to leave with it. Checking his map after he got down the elevator instead of before.
He also spent less time on the map going in.
Yeah.
So our runners are roughly in sync right now.
Yeah, maybe reverse Croc Speedway. I didn't see what the bottom door was. The top door was, or the door to the right was GT, so there's no runway there. I think it is possible to come from the door above and hit that, but that would not be in hard logic. I think that movement is a bit too precise, or like a bit too strict.
It was moat to the right. What's this one? Not enough.
Pillars. That ain't no runway. Okay. Oh, moat to the right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So it doesn't look like we're doing a reverse Croc Speedway, but there's a morph check, so I guess this is not where we're going. Well, pillars, no, that makes sense,
I think Toaster's got the right call. With Screw, you can get through here.
Yeah, Screw and Varia, yeah, that makes total sense. Sorry, this is not pillars. Frickin' tile sets, man. This is Gauntlet.
That's Gauntlet 1, I think.
Yeah, the one without the item, whichever one that is.
Yeah. Oh, Beans got stuck. He's trying to wiggle his way out.
Hang on. I have an emote for this.
There he goes. that emote is great.
I love it. I'm so proud of that one. It turned out great.
Toaster found an item room. Early PBs just give him a missile.
Fun fact, the wiggling in that animation is not at all what the wiggling looks like in game. because GIFs don't like to function well at more than 25 FPS, and I was running the game at 60 FPS, so it's actually skipping frames, but it turned out looking good anyway.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it looks better for the GIF, even though it's not accurate.
Yeah. Because I wanted it to scroll across, but you can only do a certain length animation for Twitch emotes, so it worked out.
Hey, they finally find Morph Ball!
Yay! Orb! Hang on. I gotta do the Wraithhorn for this. Orb has been acquired.
I need to get that set up. That shit's fun.
Yo, what's up, Sunwoo? Yes, we have beans on toast, indeed. Or beans and toast.
Oh! Toaster
Ooh,
taking a death.
That's not a death you want to take.
Even a little bit. That one hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Those spikes hurt. They're what, 30 damage each?
Yep.
And he lost a lot of health on the way in.
Mm-hmm.
Because without Morph, he had to take an acid or a lava bath.
Yep. Which is not something that really comes up that often. That room, like, you can usually just ride the platforms to get across, but with Varia, you do have plenty of health, even without tanks, to make it across, jumping in the acid there, or the lava acid, whatever it is. It's one of the two. Okay, quick high five from our runners as Toaster goes back for his Morph Ball.
So I see G-Change in chat saying you don't have to take a lava bath, you can do a wall jump. I'm
That
assuming
sounds
you mean
painful.
off the platform, just wall jumping over and over.
That sounds very painful.
It does. I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Yeah, considering with Varia only, you can, like, get through pretty safely.
I can't even reliably wall
tank,
jump off those platforms once, let alone repeatedly.
Yeah. One, they're moving. Two, they're like entities instead of walls. So like your spacing has to be even more precise than you do with like a normal wall jump.
Without explosives, I don't think they can get the Gauntlet 2 major that we see in Criteria.
Yes, Divine, you can morph on the Ripper, but not without morph.
So I know in this situation, my read of this map is that Beans would go to Norfair. That's where progression has to be.
Probably. And Beans is definitely one of the fans of go to biggest region.
True. But I just meant they need some kind of explosives to get the major in Criteria, so it's probably not progression yet, at least.
Did Beans already check
what a
Green
speed
Bryn
ball
Reserve?
from Beans.
Yo,
that
nice.
was slick. Not useful because he has to go back and save, but it was slick.
Yeah.
Our runners are definitely aiming for maximum swag.
Yeah. And that right there, I think, is why Beans chose speed, because of random tricks like that. Yeah, Beans does have a history with wreck ship. He is the one who coined the term wasted space, among others. Or at least he's one of the main proponents of that term.
Wasted space is the speed gaming friendly name for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Beans stumbled into Meridia.
This climb? What is this? No.
No, this is
Green Bryn
Green
shaft.
Star
Okay.
main shaft.
Yeah, okay.
He's found a major. It's Spring Ball.
Okay. I mean,
you know,
that's good.
That's
That
not
gives you
bad.
some
I
water
think that
movement.
means he can go to the bottom of a Plasma Spark room and get back.
Yes.
Which I think is the path toward the map in Norfair.
Yeah, that's really helpful.
Oh,
Bean
but
says,
then
"I don't
Beans
even
falls
want to
all the
save."
way down before checking that it's a save.
Yeah. To be fair, that was a mistake, not an intentional choice, because he tried to do the mock ball and didn't quite get across.
I can't make fun of him for that. I've nailed that mock ball once.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I think I learned it pretty early on because I just was randomly watching Andy one day and I saw him hit it first try. And it's like, oh, okay, so that can be made consistent. And then I just practiced it a lot.
Yep. I feel like a lot of runners learn it for 100% runs because it is actually used in 100%.
Nice. Alright, so Beans is taking the cue of Spring Ball to go down a Plasma Spark bottom door.
And
see what he
immediately finds a
Ooh.
use for Spring Ball.
Yep.
Spring Ball lets him get to the Batmuni tank item, which he could not have reached with his loadout before that.
And what will he be rewarded with? Power bombs. That's huge.
Actually,
That's exactly
gigantic.
what he needs. Okay. Do you take the sand pit? The answer is no. Not in a million
You
years.
absolutely do not take the
No.
sand pit. Not unless you had just
without
saved.
high jump, you have probably slightly better than a 50-50 of being able to get out.
Yeah.
Very slightly better, but even if there's items down there, you can't. Because there are 4 rooms that you can exit a sand pit with. 2 of them are sand halls, which you just can't really do without high jump. Not reasonably anyway.
And then like Butterfly
then-
Room and the one that's actually below Batmuni Tank Hallway
Right.
in Vanilla. I don't remember
Yeah.
what that room's name is.
It's below Batmuni Tank. That's the name of the room.
Bean's going for a cross-room underwater shine charge to be able to get to that green gate was actually slick, and he's rewarded with Big Pink.
Let's go.
That was actually sick. Like, someone
That was
clipped
really
that. That
good.
was really sick. 'Cause underwater short charging like that is not easy.
No, it's not. It's really finicky.
He gets rewarded with Ice Beam. And I think the map is probably this way, too?
Probably. I think that would be the main reason he would even do this, because it's not in logic to do that, I believe. I didn't see what room he charged in, but yeah.
I don't think that charge would be in hard logic.
Okay, so ice and a couple missiles here in Big Pink. Ice is nice. Missiles are meh, but when you're only at 5 to begin with, it's not bad. Yep, so it looks like map is down there.
I think he hadn't realized how close he was to map before, because he
Yeah.
reverted this missile and then is coming down here again.
Yep.
All right, now we see Toaster running into the same barrier. Will he realize the same way across? It looks like he
There
does,
are a
'cause
few
he's
options
trying.
for this. There are, okay, yeah, he's doing it. Yeah, I would not have thought of this. I might have tried to do like the D-boost across, because that's also an option you can do. Okay, Fantoon is here in Parlor.
And they've got enough ammo, so we're going to see Beans on Fantoon here. Yeah, Toaster chose to turn around instead. He got the run.
Yep, Beans with the big brain is paying off, because now he has Fantoon and Nap. There might be, looking at this routing, there might be another path to get there. He could just end up coming into the top left of Parlor, for instance, and find his way
Either
to
way, he gets
the
there a
map
lot
that way.
faster.
Yeah. And with
Like,
ice.
This is a logic break that is definitely paying off for Beans.
Mhm. Yo!
What a Doppler! Holy
Very
cow!
good Doppler. I don't think he had enough ammo to one round this, but that was a really sick Doppler.
He did not. But that was
There it is.
clean.
Very clean.
Other than missing the eye on the very first round and having to do
Shh,
the
we don't talk about that.
No, Beans gets called out on that. It was so clean other than that.
The Doppler definitely made up for it, both in time and in swag.
Yes.
Also,
Both of our
welcome Raiders
runners
from
are definitely
SpeedGaming 4.
playing for swag.
As you can see, our runners are using the cursed Metroid Dread sprite and
Okay.
random tile sets, because they're
So-
having fun with it. They're good friends.
Beans has discovered that Norfair houses Mother Brain and also Major City.
Ease.
I see
Okay,
6
so easy
uncollected majors.
Yeah, it's almost unfortunate at this point that this was Fantoon because he can't just revert back to that save now to grab that major. He has to keep this Fantoon kill.
I think he's planning on grabbing that major on the way back up if it's important.
Probably. Yeah. Grapple. Okay, that's more water movement. High jump is all we're really missing in that department.
Grapple also makes Dragon free.
True. Looking at this.
Oh,
so
he's not going to take bowling? Like, Fantoon's dead. He could actually do bowling there.
Yeah, but it's
I know he won't. I think it's a soft block, actually, on the other side of it.
Very possibly could be. He could peek that major, though, to see what it is.
No, actually, I don't think it's a soft block. He has Spring Ball to get up.
This Spring Ball jump Beans is doing is actually not in logic because it is a max height Spring Ball jump. Yeah, like you have to time it pretty much perfectly to get up. And this,
I didn't know that the one time I tried, and it took me like 10 minutes.
Yep. This right here, this exact jump is how I learned that crouch jump down grab with high jump is the same height as a Spring Ball jump without if you do max height. So like high jump and Spring Ball are kind of the same in terms of what you can do with it, but the Spring Ball jump is so much more difficult that it's in very hard instead of being in hard logic. Divine, let Beans have his fun.
Did he realize it? He might have realized it.
He might have. He can also just peek this major, too.
That's what I was going to say. But
yeah, he just
it doesn't look like he's going to.
That's an interesting Shine Spark animation.
That's wild to me that he doesn't peek the major, because I would have peeked it to know if I need to come back or not.
He might do it on the way back. That might have been what he wanted to do initially, just like save the door transition, get first try Spring Ball jump, but just not working. Space jump is nice.
Very convenient.
That's our can
Speeds up
fly.
a lot of horizontal movement. And yeah, is also can fly for the rooms that need it.
I think if we get high jump here, that's basically all of our progression. Because then we just need like boss damage to be able to do everything at that point.
Basically, Beans is potentially like approaching go mode.
Yeah. Toaster finding West Ocean with a right-facing map, so it cannot be Fantoon. We already knew it wasn't Fantoon, but this just like make sure Toaster knows that that can't be Fantoon as well.
Where is Beans just going back now? Is that what's going on? Oh, he's trying to Shine Charge to get out of there. Okay, that makes sense.
I've never seen a spark here. This makes sense, but I didn't know this actually worked. I would have thought it would bonk the ceiling.
Yeah, diagonal sparks are wild. They go way farther forward than you would think they would.
There's high jump.
There's the high jump.
All right, so we've seen what? 3 other majors in Norfair?
I think so. We don't know what the one in bowling is. We don't know what the one in Spore Spawn Supers are. And we don't know what the one that was back to the right of Big Pink is.
I'm hoping Beans will pull up the map because I'm really interested to see where those majors are. Because unless one of them is blocked by high jump or something, I don't expect gravity to be here. Because the seed would not... It would try very hard to make sure you don't get gravity before you get high jump in your other water movement. So because we have access to this, that tells me it's not expecting gravity. Unless it's bowling. Maybe bowling and then you need high jump to get back from bowling. Could be.
Legs on Cursed Sprite too long for short charges.
Oh, Beans is farming for power bombs now. Which is kind of unfortunate. Because these bugs are not dropping. Can these bugs even drop power bombs? I feel like these almost never do. Is it 8? I know they're really high drop rate on supers.
All of the farm bugs, I think, are patched to have 8% drop rate in map rando.
Hmm.
They do not have an 8% drop rate in vanilla. I think it's 2%.
Right. Yeah. I thought it was like doubled. Divine says 4%. Yeah. 8% sounds way too high for those. From my map rando experience.
Same, but remember, that's still like 1 in 12, supposedly.
Yeah, it feels like way less than 1 in 12.
Okay.
Yeah, 2%
So
increase to 4,
1
yeah.
in 24 then.
But I think it's like most of the infinite bug farms are doubled. So if they're 2% base, then they jump to 4. If they're 4% base, they jump to 8.
Gotcha. There's
There's
a power
one.
bomb. Now he just needs one more drop. Oh no.
Oh. Yeah, because if he's planning on doing bowling, he kind of needs all of them.
Well, we see Toaster has found enough E-tanks that he is properly in go mode at this point for health.
Yep.
He can now survive Rainbow Beam.
Yeah, Toaster unfortunately still doesn't know where Fantoon is, but to that end, neither of our runners know where the other 3 bosses are, as far as I'm aware. While Beans is making all these detours, grabbing these extra majors, Toaster is just making progress in Meridia. But unfortunately for Toaster, we know all the water movement basically is going to be in Norfair unless Toaster can spike Meridia somewhere, but that's feeling more and more unlikely the more majors Beans finds.
Toaster's trying to do this speed booster jump. It is so finicky. If you hit the exact right amount of speed, you go significantly higher than normal, and if you don't, you go lower than normal.
Hey, Jax.
Yeah.
Beans is taking bowling.
He is. We're happy about that. Toaster's
Bowling,
also
let's go!
Toaster's
All
also
right.
discovered there's a major in Sky Missiles, so we're gonna see what that is.
All right, Beans, you gonna pull a techno on us and pull up Minesweeper real quick? X-ray.
Oh,
let's go.
Sky Missiles is just X-ray.
Yeah. I had a feeling based on the majors Beans was getting. I don't think it was just going to give him something good for free unless it was like charge or plasma. Wait.
He's not gonna check the bowling major? What?
Beans,
I mean,
I'm confused. What are you doing? You could have at least peeked it.
Right.
Like if that's
what
gravity, it's
boggles my
100%
mind.
worth.
Yeah, he doesn't have
Like-
enough power bombs to do it. That's the problem.
True.
He needed to actually farm up to 5 to check it.
Yeah, but like, yeah, he needed farm to 5 to get through, but he could have peeked that major ahead of time to know if it's even worth coming back for. Because for all he knows, it's X-ray. We know it's not, but to him it could be. If this is bombs up here, that'll help make bowling actually doable now. Charge is
He finds
good.
charge.
So that's effectively go mode.
He's now capable of beating the game.
Yep.
Probably
he's just
doesn't want to end
yeah.
the run with this resources, but he just
Yeah.
needs an E-tank to be able to technically kill everything.
Oh, that's a good find actually. Those hoppers drop power bombs, so he could go back. But it's feeling like if I'm Beans here, I feel like I've wasted a lot of time in Norfair grabbing all those majors, so I feel like I just have to go.
He also knows he has to return, so I think checking the Turian map first makes a lot of sense.
It's fair.
Because presumably Turian's going to exit back to Norfair only.
Okay, nice save here in Torian, right next to the map. Map is more important.
All right, is there anything in Turian?
Another major. So, I mean, at this point, gravity, I think, is all but guaranteed to be one of these majors. Because we know X-ray is in Meridia.
It could just be a beam. But with charge, I would go
Right.
for that major since you don't have ammo for an ammo kill and it's not a long run.
Yeah, and especially because like
However,
Beans
he is
only
saving
missing
first.
what 5? Huh?
He's
Sorry?
saving first, and I think that's wise
Yeah.
since he hasn't found X-ray and bombs, and either
True.
one would be troll, and he doesn't know the X-rays in Meridian.
Yeah. I honestly think he would take bombs at this point.
Maybe.
As much as he's struggling with power bomb drops, I think he would take bombs. But yeah, like X-ray would be the only beam, the only major here that wouldn't be helpful for Beans. Wave and plasma give you better damage for Ridley. Gravity just makes you faster. And then bombs means you don't have to worry about power bombs anymore.
Wave.
Wave beam, all right.
That's good firepower
probably,
upgrade.
yeah. That feels like almost the worst outcome, but it's still a good outcome.
Yep. Toaster has found his way into Big Pink. He's now going to find Ice Beam. And presumably will find Fantoon in short order, because it was not far from Big Pink.
Yep. So yeah, Toaster
Beans
is...
killing someone? He
What
did.
now?
What the heck? Beans, how did you miss the first pirate?
Man, I don't know.
I'm actually
That room does that
confused with that one.
sometimes. That room does that sometimes. I don't know how. Also, welcome Speedrunners Arena. Welcome Raiders. You're joining us halfway through this game 1 of Cruelbeanz versus Edible Toaster. Beans is in a bit of a lead because he's explored a lot of Norfair, he's killed Fantoon, and grabbed a lot of majors. Toaster, however, went the other direction into Meridia, which Beans will probably do later anyway. So it's really hard to say how much of a lead Beans has right now if he covers the same track that Toaster did.
Yeah. We know he's in the lead, we're not sure how much.
Right. Oh, Toaster moonfalling down climb and then realizing that the map was at the top.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Beans is just looking for where the other bosses could be at this point, I think. Doesn't look like he's going to check the other majors in Norfair.
I don't know. That feels like a mistake to me.
With everything
Which,
he's
again,
found
he
at this
doesn't know...
point,
Yeah, he doesn't know X-Ray is in Meridia. So, like, to him it's a 50-50, I guess, if he wants plasma gravity versus bombs with X-Ray.
yeah,
So if there's
that's
two
why it's
majors-
wild to me, is like, you have a 25% chance of getting an absolute bogey prize, and a 75%
Yeah.
chance of at least one of those majors being something desirable. Because, like,
Yeah.
you want plasma or gravity at all.
And there's 2 of them, so it's like guaranteed that at least one of those will be helpful.
Okay, surely he grabs this major since it's one room on his route that he's
Right.
going already.
Yeah, I really think he should have peeked that bowling major.
He had an opportunity when he went for the shine charge.
Yeah.
He should have just dropped a power bomb and peeked it.
Yep.
This one's
Bombs?
bombs.
Okay. Yeah. So that means
So-
the other one is plasma or gravity, which would have been huge.
Yep.
So if Toaster peaks this and it's gravity, that could change the entire game, honestly.
Like, even though they don't need gravity at this point to be able to beat the seed, it speeds up so much.
It really does. Like, the earlier you find gravity, the more time you save. Which is true of a lot of items, Varia the same way.
Gravity is just more extreme in that than almost any other item in
Mhm.
the game.
Yeah. Because, like, Varia saves you time because you can go through rooms more safely and therefore more quickly and then not have to farm afterward.
But not have to farm is huge.
Gravity just takes rooms that would be an utter slog without it, and they make it super fast if your movement is good. All right, Toaster. Please go for these majors and at least peak bowling. We want to know.
Please, we want to
to know
know
what it
peak
is.
bowling, Toaster.
If it's
Don't care if you
plasma,
grab it or
that's
not.
best case scenario for Beans.
Yeah.
that means he didn't overlook gravity.
If it's plasma, Beans only loses time to kill Ridley.
Yeah,
If it's-
which with full beam combo, that's not even that much. With the,
Yeah,
I know Beans'
20 shots
Ridley is
versus
really
60 for the charge shots.
Yeah.
But he has 10 supers, so it's really like
good.
12 shots versus 40 or whatever the number works
Yeah.
out to.
And like if you can get enough supers, it's like, oh, I have to do 10 charge shots. How tragic.
Yeah. All right. Toaster did go and grab bombs first, so he should not be blocked in any way going for
Yeah.
bowling.
That'll help him out a good bit. Because, yeah, Beans had to spend a ton of time farming because he only had 5 power bombs. Okay, Kraid here behind Croc Speedway, so you have to go the long way around. Through Everest. Ooh, boy, yeah. If
He
that
has
bowling
grapple
item
for it,
is...
at least.
Yeah.
And
Grapple
that means we've
helps a
seen every
lot.
boss.
Have we really? I didn't notice.
Ridley's
I
at,
didn't notice where
Ridley's
Dragon
at the
was.
top of Norfair, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Dragon was in Meridia off to the left.
Gotcha.
Toaster didn't have kill capability on him. It would have been
That's
a terrible
unfortunate.
ammo fight, and he chose not to do a terrible ammo fight. I don't
That's
blame
really
him one
unfortunate
bit.
then. Yeah, I think we can still say Beans is strongly in the lead. Gravity will narrow that lead quite a bit, but I think he
Yup.
would still be in the lead at this point.
Especially since
Mostly
Toaster
'cause
has
Toaster-
the knowledge.
Yeah. But like, yeah, Toaster not being able to kill that Dragon is kind of huge. In a bad way. Alright, Toaster gonna get this one. I forget what this was. This charge?
Charge. This one's charge. And Toaster's taking the loop around to where he's going to go into the bottom of bowling, it looks like. So he might be skipping the high jump major
Maybe.
and the
Yeah.
space jump major.
He might go into Torian first here. Yeah, he's scanning around trying to find things. He doesn't have the Bryn map, so he doesn't know where
Oh,
Kraid is.
There was that other major in Gauntlet 2 in Criteria. That's going to be the other of Plasma or Gravity.
Right, okay.
Because they both skipped that because they couldn't get it because they didn't have Morph.
Yep, okay, so Toaster, yeah, just going straight for bowling instead of going the long way around. If this is Gravity, that's massive. Because that saves him time going for the other two majors if he even chooses to do so.
Yep. So I think for those of us hoping for a competitive race, we're hoping that the bowling item is Gravity and that Beans overlooked it. So I think if the Gauntlet item is Gravity, both runners are just not going to get Gravity in this run.
Yeah.
Oh, Beans froze the crab in the wrong spot.
Yep. That one always feels bad. It's like, it looks like you should be able to stand on it, but nope, you're 1 pixel off.
Alright, so now Toaster's got to shoot these annoying robots out of the way.
More reserves!
Alright, he's going for it. We're gonna know what this item is. Is it Plasma or is it Gravity? It's
Let's
Gravity!
go! We got pancakes. Yep. Beans
That
is gonna be kicking
closes
himself for
this up
overlooking that.
a lot.
Yeah. Again, Beans is gonna have a Kraid kill here. He still has to venture into Meridia to find Dragon. Beans also has good Ridley capability at the moment. Beans, or Toaster, I think is just gonna be leaving. I think he's just gonna go at this point. Now that he has Gravity,
Yeah.
there's like almost nothing he can't do.
He doesn't need high jump or space.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that's what those majors are, but he
Right.
doesn't need them.
So he's gonna venture into Torian here because he doesn't know where Kraid is. But that's probably the worst bit, the worst disadvantage for Toaster right now, because he doesn't know where Kraid is. He has to dip into Torian, And then he's gonna have to come all the way back out and find him in Bryn.
I think with Toaster's loadout, though, I don't think he goes for the major. He's going to see the map and immediately just leave.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's got more supers. He has gravity, so he's in less danger for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, is Beans going to go to wrecked ship? We know wrecked ship is wasted space on this seed.
Yep.
He doesn't.
Yep. Yeah,
I
because
think he's
the
going to
only
wreck ship.
valuable thing he could find there would be supers, I think.
Yeah, there's no majors there. We've seen every major.
Yep.
There's no bosses there.
He kind of should know that too, because he's seen 2 other majors. So, like,
I think
it could have at
he's
most
thinking
one major.
that Dragon is
Yeah.
hiding there.
Yeah, he's thinking he's not thinking majors at this point. He's already skipped enough. Both runners are not thinking majors at this point.
Yeah.
They've skipped enough and they have go mode, so they just go find bosses.
And the
Unfortunately,
wrecked
both
ship
runners.
map is far.
Yeah. Did Toaster go to wreck ship at all here?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so both runners currently exploring areas that we know are useless. Yeah, this makes it interesting.
This makes it a lot closer, because, like D-Rocky said, there's no pivot save. Beans does not have a way to just revert out of wrecked ship easily once he finds that there's nothing.
That's rough. Yep, so... Yeah, Beans is just going to have one extra region on Toaster of things he's had to put time into. Because Beans also made this Torian detour. So Toaster,
we're hoping Toaster just skips the other majors. He doesn't need space. He doesn't need high jump.
Yeah. I honestly I don't think those would be bad majors for him. Like,
they
probably wouldn't be worth the time invested. Yeah, but they would almost make up that time, I think. Because like space and high jump do speed up your movement quite a bit.
Yes, they do. As we see, as Beans demonstrates for us through the lower Norfair hallway.
Yep.
And now Beans gets the bad news that it is wasted space. His pivot save.
He did
I
have
guess
a
he
pivot
did have
save.
a pivot save.
Yeah, in Bryn.
That's not as bad.
That's a good pivot save. Was this before or after the crate kill? I would assume after, but...
It's got to be after.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there's Ridley up at the top.
Gotcha.
Looks like it's through Climb Super's room into Mickey Mouse room afterwards. It's an annoying loop.
All right, so
Beans
essentially all Beans has to do now.
Cost him the run.
Yeah. Yeah, all Beans has to do now is find Meridia, find Dragon, which was it at like the far end of Meridia?
Yep.
Probably.
Far left of Meridia. It's quite a distance.
But the thing is, like, Toaster still has more things to do than Beans does. So as long as Beans doesn't get baited into more blinding, which I don't think he can, because we've seen Kratiri, we've seen Norfair, we've seen Bryn, Torian, wrecked ship.
He could get
yeah,
baited
Meridia's
into
the only
blinding,
thing left.
thinking he can just blind a Dragon is the main risk he has if he blinds.
But like even then, I think Beans is still very much in the lead here.
Oh yeah. Not an insurmountable lead, just a lead.
Right. Yeah, again, Toaster has full information, that's the thing. And Beans does not. And he has gravity, so navigating water rooms will be quite trivial. Sorry, no. Toaster does not have full information, but he will. As soon as he gets the Bryn
He
map,
doesn't
will
know
have
where
full
Crate
info.
is, but there's no way he goes to wreck ship before finding the Bryn map. Like,
yeah, he would have to
possible.
get Crate information before going to wreck ship.
See Toaster making his way over towards Dragon.
Yeah, and Toaster's able to just go straight there. Beans hasn't even entered Meridia yet. I guess maybe he did, just not from the right direction. I don't know. Okay, we're here. Where is the map? Map was north, I believe.
Yeah, it was the top of West Ocean. Is that Debo strat faster than just grappling over?
I think so. It probably depends on a few things. Like, gravity probably makes it a little bit faster, but then speed makes it slower, weirdly, because lava slows you down when you have speed booster, but not when you don't.
Yep.
Strange.
And yeah, like Diasolur said, every single water room is slowing Beans down and closing this gap now.
Yep.
Toaster's
So
just
on
waiting
Beans' end,
for-
it's how quickly do you find Dragon. On Toaster's end, it's how quickly do you
Oh.
find Kraid.
Toaster forgot that he has Screw and removed the goop.
Oop. I've done that plenty of times.
I've done it so many times.
This is why I just turn off Screw Attack whenever I'm doing a
grapple kill.
grapple Dragon kill. It's not worth the effort to not spin jump. Ooh,
Well, he gets the
almost
setup.
Missed that.
He did. That was really close.
I
Like,
was.
he
Very
has
scared
enough
of that
health
one.
and armor. He could have just
Yeah.
waited for Dragon to go up instead of, since it is the left one.
Yeah.
I think
feel
that's
like a
faster
lot of
than waiting
runners-
for the next goop. Although I know a lot of runners
honestly
just
true.
go.
I feel like a lot of runners, myself included, are just stubborn about that. We want the fast setup, even if trying it multiple times is slower. We want the fast setup, just because we can. We want to prove to ourselves that we can.
If I have the health and suits and I mess it up, I just take the time loss and
Yeah.
go for it, because I know that I'm bad. And I might mess it up a second time.
Yeah, see, for the rest of it, it's the fact that we don't want to admit that we're bad. So, you know. That's an admirable quality, because sometimes we just don't want to admit that, and we want to try the hard thing, even though we can't do the hard thing, and then we're sad because we keep failing.
Yup. Alright, so Beans has found the map. He knows where Dragon is. What? I guess he's hoping this is a super missile to speed up Ridley.
Yeah, supers will definitely help him here.
But unfortunately for him, it is
Yep.
not.
Yeah, every super in terms of DPS is worth 2 charge shots. So if you can pick up a 5-pack by like a small detour, that goes a long way. Unfortunately, it was not supers, and this was not a quick detour because water.
Yep. So Toaster now needs to go to Bryn.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only zone he has left to, that spark.
6 spark.
That spark
think-
was incredible.
Yep. What? Did
He
you see what I just
through
saw?
that. What the
what?
heck?
Check the disc.
I've never seen that before.
I've never seen that either. That had to be like a 1 in a million shot, because I've definitely bonked that part of the platform before. It had to be like something with like the way the frames lined up or something clipping through. I don't know.
So now here's my
Yes,
question.
there's a
Do
fine
you
line
think-
between dedicated and stubborn, and I cross that line daily.
Do you think Toaster goes for the gauntlet item that's not very far from his current location? Or do you think he just goes straight to Bryn?
Maybe.
We know it's plasma.
Yeah, with
But he
screw
doesn't.
attack. With screw attack, maybe, because that's a quick check. You can just peek it and turn around if it's nothing good.
Yeah.
Um,
Nope, he's going to Bryn.
Okay. Yeah. I like this play.
I think it's the right choice.
Mm-hmm. So honestly, at this point, I think we can. Maybe not. I was gonna say maybe we could probably say Toaster's in the lead, but with that route to Kraid, that's kind of gross. This is
Yeah,
very
this is-
even, I think.
This is basically how much time does Beans lose because he doesn't have gravity versus Toaster getting to Kraid
Yeah.
and then going back down to...
Because Beans has to navigate through Meridia to get back to Norfair to kill Ridley, whereas Toaster has to navigate up and around Bryn to get to Kraid.
Also, what was that? Second try, Beans lands the double spring ball jump to escape Dragon.
Very nicely done.
It's not an easy escape. Like, I can't do it.
No, it's tough. That was one of those instances where I took Diasolar's thing and being the line between dedication and stubbornness. I don't know which one I was doing that day, but I definitely learned it because I'm just like, the correct play is to kill this Dragon and double spring ball jump out. I don't care if it's slow. I'm gonna learn this double spring ball jump because I want to do it the right way. Who cares if it lost me an hour? I got it.
There you go. My guess is it's one of those things where, like, on one frame she's before the bonk, and on the next frame she's above the platform because of how fast the Shine Spark is.
That's literally my only guess at an explanation. Because I've definitely bonked on that part of the platform before.
Yeah. That's wild.
It's the sprite's fault. You're right, Tickles. Ooh, that's not a spike hit.
Because that's gonna double hit too.
Yep. Which, I mean, at this point it's like 15 damage, but still. 15 damage is 15 damage.
It means even if he does Ridley perfectly, he has to heal up a bit to be able to do Mother Brain.
True.
Not that that matters, because right now he's going to Kraid, but still.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, Beans is in Norfair. So yeah, I think we can say Beans has a lead. It's a shrinking lead, but it's a lead. Oh, that's not the spark Toaster wanted.
Not at all.
Wanted diagonal. Yeah, because Beans is headed straight for...
Oh, Toaster, come on!
Wow. Does Toaster not use the angle button for diagonal sparks? I feel like...
If he doesn't, he's trolling himself.
Yeah.
It's
Beans,
3 in a row!
what are you doing?
Toaster, come on!
Is it like not getting the diagonal because he's brushing up against the wall? Like, I feel like that still works though if you're holding R.
It should, yeah.
So
Beans
I think
is
he's
very
literally
happy
holding
finding
upright.
a super before Ridley.
There it is. All right, so this is gonna be a 30-shot Ridley. And looks like Beans is gonna be counting.
I find it interesting that he chose to unload the supers first.
Yeah, that one's strange to me. I understand doing the 8 at the opener, because like, if you know the strat for the opener with those super missiles, you can get 8 super missiles immediately at the start of the fight, which is like so good for DPS. So like, if you do that and you count, I think that's great. But unloading all of those supers immediately, to me, is a bit of a question mark. Like, at least wait for a pogo or something. Because generally speaking, this isn't 100% true, but generally speaking, charge shots are better for when Ridley is swooping. Super missiles are better for when Ridley is pogoing.
Yep. And he
So,
did
like,
only have 14 supers, but
yeah,
that still means he needs 32 charge shots plus all his supers. Beans is doing good. He does not have a lot of health to work with. He only has Varia, so Ridley hurts.
Yeah, he's doing twice the damage he would be doing for Toaster. Ooh, that's a... okay, this is scary now. Like,
especially since he's breaking Pogo.
Yep. So, like, at this point, I think Beans could take one tail hit if Ridley's being a troll. Okay, nice. That fireball was actually clutch. Because the fireball gave him iframe so the tail didn't hit him.
That was really close. Beans, you're stressing me out.
That was terrifying. Yeah.
All right, Beans now just needs to find a farm, and he can go kill Mother Brain. And we're going to see Toaster is now on his way to Ridley.
Toaster will have a more comfortable fight again because of that double suit and a little extra health too.
I think it's still 30 charge shots though because he doesn't have wave.
Yeah, what is the math?
How much is
on that?
charge
That
ice
is
phaser? Charge shots?
180 per charge shot. So that would be
Sounds right.
100 total. So 1/3 of 100 is 34. Rounding up. But he also has missiles, so
he's supplementing with power bombs currently.
Yeah. So he's probably looking at like less than 20 shots, I think. And he has 20 supers, so he can like wait for red and then shoot 15 of those. Which is that's exactly what he's doing. So he's holding those 15 supers, so he doesn't have to count here. Just shoot your charge shots until he turns red. And then
as soon as he color changes, as long as you don't miss a super, all 15 puts him dead.
Yep. But Beans, meanwhile, is on Mother Brain. Get your guesses in chat. What do you think the escape timer will be?
The ship is in Norfair. It is going to be a short timer. I'm going to guess 35 seconds.
Yeah, I'll go 40. I think 35 is close, but I don't want to pick the same number that you're picking. I mean, where's the fun? Because we can't, like... If we pick the same number, we're either both right or we're both wrong. There's no competition at that point.
That can be fun, though.
It can be fun. Also, Beans does not have his reserve on auto. If he takes another hit and he doesn't realize he needs to switch his reserve tank, he could die to this rainbow beam.
And he also, again, chose to unload all of his supers early.
Yeah? Okay, Beans, look
Beans
at
has to remember.
Yes. Please.
He has to either go manually use the reserve or he needs to switch it to auto, or else he's going to die and Toaster will win this race.
He should see it. I trust Beans enough to feel like 70% sure he'll see it.
That also feels like exactly the mistake he would make.
Okay, he's got it. He's good.
Okay.
He's good. Okay.
Oh, that was scary. Beans giving us all heart attacks.
We have seen that before, where someone would do the Mother Brain fight and they're just like, okay, I'm fine, and then the reserves don't trigger.
Yep.
I know I've definitely done that plenty of times.
All right, what is our timer? It is 45 seconds. So D-Rocky was the first one to put it in. You get the metaphorical cookie, and also Dimebag gets a metaphorical
That's how you
cookie
say that. Okay, I was struggling with that. Like, how do I say that name?
Diasler, don't watch my race against, God, who did I play last? It was terrible. Caffeine Daydream. There were so many Mother Brain shambles. It was painful.
Yay. No, I forgot to go back and watch that one.
All right, Beans takes game one as Toaster has made it to Mother Brain. So a close game one, honestly.
Very close, yeah. Again, we kind of couldn't tell at the end who was in the lead.
Yeah.
I felt like it was still Beans, but I couldn't be sure.
Yeah, we knew that Beans was in lead in the, has less left to do sense, but it was hard to judge how much the gravity would save Toaster time-wise.
Yep.
And yeah, if Beans had peaked gravity, he would have just grabbed it, and he would have been 5 to 10 minutes ahead of Toaster. Instead of the, 3 minutes this is actually going to be.
Or if he had gone back to grab bombs and Big Pink, which, that one I think is more reasonable, because, it is a backtrack to get those bombs.
And you're thinking
So, like,
if you have to go for them, you'll grab them on the way out.
Exactly. And it would have had to been exactly bombs to save you from that particular situation.
D-Rocky, come on.
Okay, did they change? No. I was thinking. I think in the dev build, they moved pause timer on the credits to be closer to the beginning of the credits. I don't think that change will be in this version. All right, that's a dead mother brain for Toaster.
And Toaster's fine. He's got the reserves.
Edible Toaster versus Cruelbeanz. Yeah, we can see Toaster is still an hour and 13 minutes into the seed. He's way ahead somehow. Anyways, yeah, game one was item draft. We started with Spazer and Speed. It was a pretty close race. Beans ended up going in Orfair first, finding a bunch of majors, but not finding gravity. Toaster, on the other hand, did find gravity. So it ended up being an interesting almost comeback for Toaster. But game two, we have random objectives. Before we get too far, we're joined on tracking. Shout outs to Mr. Zebra. And on commentary with me is Jax Omen. How you doing, Jax? You want to tell us about this game mode?
So random objectives, our runners have chosen Acid Chozo and Golden Torizo to be two of their objectives. And then the other two objectives will be random of any of the remaining objectives that could be, with the exception of the two that they banned. They banned Bomb Torizo and they banned Fantoon. So it will not be those two.
Right.
We'll see what they are as soon as they decide to pause and check what the objectives are.
All right, are we
yes,
walking down to the bottom of... Oh.
Our runners have chosen to use the cursed Michael Jackson sprite.
Yeah. Beans and Toaster are good friends, so they've been trying to figure out how to make this as fun as possible. So they've been coordinating their tile sets and their custom sprites.
Speaking of tile sets, they have agreed to play on area tiling this time instead of scrambles. So it should be a little easier for us to keep track of which zone they're in.
Beans boldly going for this right side wall jump with an unfamiliar sprite, eventually gives up, decides to go for the runway. Edible Toaster did that sooner, so he's like got a, I don't know, 30-second lead, 20-second lead? Not, yeah. But like grapple for Toaster. That puts top left of Bubble Mountain here in logic. Something you don't see very often is grapple being used for this room, but that is progression, gives us our super missiles.
And immediately supers get used.
Uh-huh. Spring Ball Maze, okay. Wave Beam. All right, Green Hill Zone next, calling it.
I hope so. That would be great.
The other things that come to mind are, what am I thinking? Chronic Boost could be a use for that. I think Pre-Croc Farm has a gate we could use that for, although we have a farm there, so that actually wouldn't
could also be
need
the
Wave Beam.
The Wave Beam gate in Pink Bryn, because they don't have high jump. So the setup setup to do that with supers is not in logic without high jump.
Right.
There's Green Hill though.
Did I call it or did I call it?
You absolutely called it. But yeah, the non-high jump versions I think are in very hard.
Hey, Toaster, don't. You don't have morph. Okay. He thought about it.
he started going for it and then remembered.
Yep. It's technically possible to get that item without morph, but it is massively painful.
And you can't get back unless it's morph, right?
You can get back, but getting back is worse than getting there.
Oh god.
Yeah. You have to do, like, X-Ray gives you an easier way to do it, which is slower, but not that hard. Then there's another way where you, like, spin jump into the tunnel, aim down to force a stand-up, turn around, do a buffered spin jump, aim down again to force a stand-up, and just do that over and over and over and over and over till you're out. But if you miss it once, you're stuck, and you have to wiggle back to the right to try to start over.
Oh my
it's terrible. It's really terrible.
I remember we had a weekly where Logical Morph was in the Brinstar Reserve room, and you had to use X-Ray stand-up to screw attack the blocks, or one of the other stand-up techs to screw attack the blocks.
Yeah. That actually comes up surprisingly a lot. I think we had a race of... I forget who it was. I don't want to say who it was and lie to you people. But we definitely had a race, and I think in either copper or bronze, where that was like one of the first steps of the seed was doing screw attack with X-Ray.
Toaster found Morph.
Nice.
Right? Not even randomized.
Is this even randomized? All right, so
I mean, there's a 1 in 100 chance. We just got the 1 in 100.
All right, so what are we gonna find in Green Hill Zone in that morph tunnel? What are you thinking?
I think it's just gonna be missiles. It's just gonna be a troll, and something else.
I could
is what
see
Morph
it.
Unlocks.
I think it's power bombs. Yeah, it's power bombs. There's a power bomb door right there.
Yeah, but how much funnier would it be if it's just missiles?
Oh, it'd be hilarious. But it's power bombs. The game doesn't care about your feelings.
I know.
Welcome, SpeedGaming 3, to this wonderful game 2 of Toaster versus Cruelbeanz. We can see we have 2 men of culture here. Beans
Toaster's just moonwalking for swag.
Toaster moonwalking his way.
Toaster?
Running past the
Toaster?
Item. Toaster, don't be me.
Why is he skipping it?
This is my thing. I do this. You're not supposed to do this.
He's gonna be so happy if it turns out that was just a missile.
Now he remembered. Yep. This is literally what I did in my last race. He probably even was just like, oh yeah, I need to go back to Green Hill Zone with this morph ball to get this item.
There
and then
goes
just
half
gets
his lead.
lost moving in... Oh, bombs. Okay. It was not power bombs, but I was close.
Just regular bombs, which does let them get to the bottom of Bubble Mountain where they're at right now.
True.
You can go through the middle little maze area with regular bombs. You don't need power bombs for that. I think a lot of runners forget that sometimes because we so often just take the power bomb route because it's faster.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, I think... Okay.
Beans is going for it. Toaster's going for it. Our runners are neck and neck.
Bottom door is going to be jail with power bombs, and then you use that to go back to Morph Ball room for the next item. We got West Ocean. Interesting.
Not what I expected. It might be jail, though, because
it could still be jail.
It has the layout for that room to be jail.
It has the layout. This is going to be your missiles, by the way.
And yeah, neither of them has choked objectives, which, to be fair, they don't care what the objectives are yet. They'll either see one on the map or they won't have the items for it anyway, so it's a moot point.
Oh, I forgot the Michael Jackson crouch animation is so silly.
Everything
there's your missiles.
Okay. Is silly. It's simultaneously such a bad and such a good sprite.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect for what these runners want this race to be. And as a reminder, Beans won the first game. We're all rooting for Toaster here because we want another game of this nonsense.
Game 3. Game 3. Game 3. Ooh, precious room for Beans. What item we got here?
Just a reserve.
Which,
not bad, just...
Yeah, at this point, reserves are great. When you don't have Varia yet, you tank pretty much any tank you can get your hands on.
Toaster opting to go down. Does he have a way back? Does it loop?
He should.
I didn't see the route with looping through West Ocean.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, he doesn't have a way back. Okay. He knows this movement. He can absolutely do this.
Not if he takes an acid bath! Oh no! Oh!
Okay. That sucks. Yeah, that had to have just been a misstep.
Honestly, the save is right there. I think what he should do is just go back down there and sack for the map.
Jail power bombs. Let's go!
There we go.
Freaking called it.
You did. You absolutely did. I think Beans is now doing exactly what I just said, just grabbing the save and going back and just sacking for the map.
Yeah.
It probably is Fantoon.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
'cause
left-facing door, and there's a right door that we know dead ends.
Yep.
It has to dead end.
Yeah.
So we see Toaster probably knows it's Fantoon as well, because he stopped to grab the missiles.
Yep.
So
All right,
he
so
cannot
now
escape
Toaster
this.
is contemplating whether he has a way out. That might have been what he was doing, jumping down through pressure shroom.
Okay.
To
We
see.
got bowling, and I missed what the other one was. Was that Kraid?
Ooh, I didn't see it. My bad.
I love that they got bowling anyway.
They did get bowling after the Fantoon ban. Oh yeah, that's why Toaster was checking. Because if Fantoon's not required, you can just kill and get the map. But if Fantoon is required, you have to kill Fantoon again. All right, Beans taking the path I was looking for, and it's supers. Okay. So that's not immediate progression, but we can continue on through that door.
Why is
Beans.
Toaster going back down there?
Power bombs. He didn't save after
okay.
power bombs.
That makes sense.
So yeah, Toaster still has supers and power bombs, which were the main progression we got down there, but he's missing out on the tanks and missiles that Beans was able to keep from that West Ocean detour. All right, Croc Speedway. This is going to be something Toaster would struggle with having less health, but that also might mean he just won't go this way, and this could be like a unnecessary detour.
Finds
Yeah, plasma room.
Pirates room.
Yeah, so we can't do that. So we can't do either of those rooms. So at this point, Bean's not finding any progression with these power bombs just yet. He did not continue through Morph Ball room, so there could have been something on the other side of that door. Gonna get a quick high five from our runners in Spiky Death Room.
I agree, G-Change. I think the runners absolutely could have just, you know what, I'm going to have to come kill Fantoon again for bowling, but
Yeah,
the intel
that
will
was the
save me
Norfair
more
map,
time.
right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, being the Norfair map, I think that's kind of worth it. If you can confidently kill Fantoon. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't know
Toaster
how
did not
Toaster
have
feels.
the health.
Yeah, Toaster had like one tank. So I don't know how Toaster feels
Oh,
about
I don't
that
mean he had
Fantoon
one
fight.
tank. He had 18 life.
Oh, yeah, no, don't do that.
All right.
Yeah, that's a very good
Bean's
point.
coming
Either
back
blind
to
wreck
the
ship
save
or
again.
get the North
And I
Air
don't think
Fantoon.
has Beans checked the objectives yet? Does he know?
I don't know that he has. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, no, in the Beans versus Tilly set, neither runner checked objectives until 40 minutes in. So it's very likely Beans just hasn't checked.
Oh my god.
Which is probably bad for him if he isn't aware he needs to do Fantoon for bowling.
I mean, in that context, I think it was smart of Toaster to check the objectives before he sacked.
Go Spazer Beam.
Not just Spazer, but also GT is an objective. They've found an objective.
Oh.
He found an objective.
Right.
there.
We knew that.
So that is a big discovery. Can't kill it yet, but at least he knows where it is. Now the
Right,
important
yeah.
question is, will he remember that that's an objective? Because I don't know if the objective X's show until you've scouted them on those rooms. Do they?
Yeah. It's GT is weird because it only shows the bottom two because the other two tiles are item marked.
Okay,
now
it
he
does
should
show.
see that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Toaster also
comes into
finding
Golden
GT.
Chorizo on the other side.
But even so, GT was one of the objectives that was picked by our runners. So Beans should know regardless whether he saw it on the map or not.
Yeah. I was thinking more in terms of it's easy to forget where it was when you're, 30 minutes into a seed trying to remember something you saw 10 minutes in.
True.
Okay, Toaster, why are you... Oh, to check the item. Okay.
Yeah. Although, I guess he didn't have the health to peek it.
Yeah, that
Coming
makes
in
sense.
from the right side, yeah. Dude, this room kind of sucks. There's
so annoying. It's not hard, but it's really annoying.
Yeah, there's some deboost movement you can do to get through quickly, and it doesn't even do that much damage because these spikes, I think they only do like 15, I want to say. Oh,
Beans has chosen to sack for the map.
Yeah, Toaster at least peeking that other item to see if it was an X.
And with knowing that Spazer now, I don't think he goes back for it.
Yep. And yeah, Beans, did we see him check his objectives this time?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So he might be going for this thinking like, oh, I'm just sacking for the map, and
he knows it's Fantoon.
Yeah, but he doesn't know Fantoon is required. Because he might, unless he did check the menu when we weren't looking. Ooh, that's annoying.
I think it's funnier and makes for a more likely game 3 if he didn't check.
True.
But it still might be the right play regardless.
Yeah, again, with this Norfair, I think it's the right play. The only problem would be if you don't check and you don't route re-killing Fantoon back in later in the seed.
Or if you fall into the problem of thinking, oh yeah, I remember killing Fantoon, let's just go to bowl. Oh wait, why isn't bowling active?
Uh-huh.
Toaster says, you know what, screw waiting for these stupid flying platforms, I'm just bomb jumping to this E-tank.
Yep.
I don't
Double
blame
bomb
you.
jump, coward! No, I'm kidding. I'm also a coward. Double bomb jumps are hard.
Double bomb jumps are really hard.
Yeah. I've been getting better at them, though. I've been playing, since I'm out of the tournament, I've just been like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to force myself to double bomb jump whenever I get the chance. So I get the practice in.
I'm still in the copper bracket. I'm playing against our tracker next.
You're nice. Good luck to both of you with that race. Yeah, change your right. Not getting Spazer, the seed is basically over for Toaster.
We gotta believe in the game 3. Bean's not taking any chances, just doing triple missiles because it's fast to make Fantoon go away so he doesn't take a hit.
Yep. And he wants to show off his juicy Dopplers.
When he gets the setup for it, yeah. I think it's the right call. He misjudged the timing, though.
Off by 1. I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
He was very red. I thought for sure that was going to kill.
I did, too. His farming on the Enrage is so clean, though. Dang.
Yeah. Yep,
there
literally
it is.
off by 1. Dies of Fantoon, yes.
Seriously, Beans needs some kudos for that incredible Enrage management. He gained up to full health during the Enrage.
Yep. Can count. Insane, yes. Yeah, he's gonna reset. I mean, it does matter. Well, the health doesn't matter, but surviving matters.
So, I don't know because I don't UWJ. Is it possible for him to UWJ Precious Room and get out?
Not without high jump.
Not without high jump.
And if you had high jump, you're doing a cross room jump anyway. And even then, no. You need you need a straight wall, and those have ledges on the ceiling.
Okay, so he sees
Yeah.
Kraid and a pile of majors. Yeah, this was definitely worth the sack, even though he's gonna have to come back.
Yep. So Acid Chozo is the only objective.
Acid Chozo's there. It's there. It's in Norfair.
Oh, was it? Okay, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was off on the right.
Sorry, no, bowling is the one we don't know.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I was counting. I knew there had to be one that we were missing. It's yeah, bowling.
Oh, this Michael Jackson sprite is so funny.
Oh, was bowling here change? Okay, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't notice bowling.
Which it's easy to miss in these random objectives because they only mark the Chozo statue itself.
And yes, D-Rocky, if you include Fantoon because you have to kill it for this setup, I would definitely say this is technically a 5 objective seed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That is all in one region.
Beans got the quick drop and missed the crumble jump after. It was almost cool.
I don't know, Beans is still pretty cool.
Yeah, true. Toaster going for this item, and it happens to be a tank, so bailed out right there. Is he gonna go up? He tried. Okay. That room is dangerous, man.
That room is really scary.
Those key hunters in this situation with no suits do 200 damage per hit.
Yep.
Toaster had 4 tanks. So 2 hits and he's basically dead. And getting past one of those key hunters without getting hit is already insanely hard.
Mr. Zebra, I have no idea. We're just along for the ride at this point.
Yeah. Yep.
Unfortunate for Toaster, I feel like Beans, with his sacking the Fantoon kill for the map, is gonna take off into a huge lead now.
Yep. I think the ice beam for Beans might have been the next logical step, but ice beam can also be filler. Looks like Indiana Jones has a major. So this probably is our next logic. We haven't really used power bombs for much though, oddly enough.
All right, Beans gonna double IBJ or just singles? All right, he's going for singles. So what do we want to guess this major is before we see it?
Speed.
You think speed? I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
spring ball.
I could see spring ball, yeah. Mostly because I don't remember what's on the left of Indiana Jones, so I'm like, power bombs plus speed gets you. Well, we have bombs. Never mind.
They have bombs. They
It's
can
not
get up
speed.
regardless.
It's not speed. Yeah, you're saying spring ball. I'm gonna be generous and say high jump. Screw
attack.
All right. Screw attack. Oh. That puts 3 Musketeers in logic.
Yes, it does.
With 4 tanks, that's enough. I think. Yeah, I think it's 4 tanks.
I believe so. And screw makes.
And we
the
have
two
access to way
free.
more than 4 at this point.
Yes. And what's this
There's also
one?
red key hunter shaft we've seen.
Plasma
Okay.
beam.
So I'm thinking at this point, plasma and ice are filler, and one of the key hunter rooms is logic. Because bombs absolutely put that screw attack in logic.
I think so. So Beans really is just on the hunt for charge, and he can kill GT trivially. And that'll also be his mother brain kill capability.
Ooh. Oh, wait, he already knew the Fantoon. Never mind, I'm dumb.
Yeah. He knows Fantoon
It's like,
is
Fantoon
here. It's
information found! Oh, wait.
it's just funny that that's the save that's turned off and not the one that was in Bubble Mountain.
Yep. But yeah, so at this point, Jax still needs to find a way to escape.
Jax,
from
I'm not
Fantoon
racing.
Kill. Did I say sorry? There's so many familiar names in this lobby right now. Cruelbeanz still needs to find a way to return from the Fantoon kill, as does Toaster, but Beans has already killed Fantoon once. High jump would do it. I don't know if... I think that crossroom jump is in logic now with high jump. That would be the simplest way up. Gravity would do it. High jump spring ball would do it, but again, you have the crossroom jump. I'm trying to think of other options. It might just be those two. Beans and Toaster are capable of doing that with just speed, because there's a short charge you can do with that amount of runway, but it kind of sucks. So I don't know if they would want to bank on that in that heated room.
I sure wouldn't want to.
I actually don't know what puts Acid Chozo in logic. Like, they can do it at this point. It's possible. Getting to the Acid Chozo in just 2 tanks is really tough, but with 2 reserves, you can pretty easily get out after doing the statue. Yeah, 2+1 is
memory
possible.
serves, if your reserves trigger, you stop getting drained by the heat during the animation of the statue, right?
Correct, yeah. More accurately, the reserve doesn't trigger until after the statue lets you go. So you're just sitting at 0 for a while. Also, Toaster finding Big Pink. Blind, very nice.
So in the vanilla game, you need space jump for the statue to activate. However,
Correct.
On the quality of life settings that we use for most map rando races, that requirement is just removed, and that is the case even if it is an objective.
Yep.
That quality of life setting can be turned off for your own seeds, but in the race settings it is turned on.
Right. I think it's just default under the high quality of life settings. I don't know where, like, on the preset where that gets turned off, but yeah, unless you go in and customize it, it's probably going to be on with whatever settings you're using.
Yep. So Toaster opts to drop down the Spore Spawn Super Shaft. Finds X-Ray.
Interesting. So, that does give our runners a way back from Fantoon.
Yeah?
It's not a fast way back, but both of our runners know how to X-ray climb.
It's true. Immediate map.
Ooh,
finds
Sand
the
Pit
ship.
Major, one across Moat, Mother Brain, and Ship. That's gonna be an interesting escape.
Mother Brain attached to the wrong side of the ship. I hope it's a long loop through Brain.
I really do.
It would be so funny if it just goes Ship into Mother Brain, but then it's still like a 1.5-minute escape. That would be the best.
Give me a 2-minute escape on that map, please.
That would be the best, please. I'm sure it's gonna be really short.
Probably.
But I want it to be a long, silly escape now. That would be the funniest.
Hey, Beans, you're beeping.
Beepin' beans.
Oh, he might be trying to gear up for Acid Chozo here. We'll see. No, it doesn't look like it.
Alright, Toaster's gonna check this major. Finds charge.
Ooh, that's nice.
That's big.
It is, but I feel like it's not huge until he finds plasma.
Yes.
Or Varia. Varia also makes that pretty huge. Okay, 3+2 is very comfy. And mostly comfy for Acid Chozo. Because, like, for 2 tanks to get to the statue, you need basically perfect movement. For 3 tanks, you still need good movement.
Yeah. It's doable, but not fun. Bane's being real conservatory with his health there.
Which is justified, blinding
Immediately justified blinding wasteland. Oh my god.
Ooh, Beans, I think you bail here.
I think he has to bail.
He's going for it though. Okay, never mind. Oh, now you have to bail. Well, you're just dead either way, I think.
Yeah, I think at
now
this
you
point
need to
he's
bail
just
out.
trying to get the info.
Yeah. E-tank or dead. And it's a missile.
Oh well. That revert hurts because he lost a bunch of supers, which would speed up Mother Brain and make GT more doable without charge.
But he is in Criteria now, which we know is where charge was.
Yeah. Assuming he checks the major when he gets the map, he'll find charge, and then Beans will be totally fine.
Yep. Dude, this blind
warfare
warfare
is
really hurts for
crazy.
Toaster. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's sacking and killing Fantoon was absolutely the correct play here, I think. This is just too much blinding. It's not worth the time spent.
It's just that it's Norfair. If it was a different region, maybe you're justified, but with Norfair, it's so big and they had seen so little of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, item here. What do we get? Missiles.
Just a missile.
Yeah, one of the worst things, like, one of the things that makes it most obvious how it was the right call to go for that map is, like, whenever you see Toaster go for a room you haven't seen, we as the audience kind of know it's nothing valuable. Otherwise, Beans would have already gone for it.
Yep.
So it kind of highlights, like, yeah, Beans is able to get the map. Yeah, he spent 3 minutes on Fantoon, but it's fine because he has this information and he can just go straight for the good stuff. Whereas Toaster just is having to blind through every room and wander aimlessly to find stuff.
Yeah. At this point, I don't see how Beans loses this seed.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. We would love a game 3. But it's not looking like it just yet.
It would take Toaster randomly blinding into gravity and Beans, like, last locationing whatever that check is.
Yeah. But also it would mean Beans having to overlook high jump and speed.
Yes.
And choosing not to X-ray climb Precious Room.
Yes. Beans is
he already
going
has the health
for
from Mother Brain now. Yeah.
Yep. That's Rainbow Beam health.
And he has charge, full beam combo, so he can do GT. He has plenty of health for Acid Chozo. At this point, I think Beans is go mode. It's just the only problem is he would have to X-ray climb Precious Room, which is more than doable for Beans.
Yeah, I was gonna say Beans knows how to do that. I wouldn't be in go mode yet, but Beans definitely is.
Because is that like that's what I think a 3-screen X-ray climb? So it's not a fast one, but like at this point, I'd say it's faster than trying to blind into a major. Only 2?
Oh,
okay.
for sure. Yeah, Precious Room is 3 tiles bottom to top, so it'd be a 2-tile climb.
Yeah. Yeah, heated room before is a bit of an issue. Yeah, but exactly. 4+2 and Beans knowing how to navigate that room, it's more than fine. Because again, you can get through that room with literally nothing. I would personally, I like to have some missiles so I can one-shot the bugs, but like you can get across that room without any equipment. Can he get around to Kraid, I guess is the next question. He has ice, so yes. It ain't fun, again.
It's very annoying because you have to use the crab pretty annoyingly.
Yep. But he can do that to get to Kraid. Well, it looks like the only path to Kraid. Yeah, this for Beans here is an interesting decision point where it's just like, do you take the options that you know are slow, but you know that they work? Or do you continue checking other regions, hoping for majors that will speed you up? And from like seeing where Toaster is, just going for this stuff is absolutely the right play.
And this is how you know Toaster is someone who plays on alternate tile sets. He knew the normalized setup for the Big Pink Super Block.
Yeah.
That's the setup I've never managed to make work for myself, so I do a different setup.
Is it the one where you jump and hold angle buttons?
Yep. I've tried it exactly how the video says, and it just doesn't work for me. I don't know why.
Do you do a max height jump?
I don't remember anymore because I stopped trying like 6 months
I do remember
ago.
when I was having trouble with it, it was like the jump height changes more than you would expect about that setup.
Yeah. That
I also just
room was
know
what
the visual
made me
cues, so I
learn
just
how
take
to
it.
moonwalk.
You're nice.
Because moonwalk is the other setup for that, and I just didn't want to deal with it.
Yep, so Bean's gonna do a standing spin jump here to get into this one tile gap to underwater wall jump up. And then he's gonna have to wait for this crab to loop around so he can climb it up through the rest of the room, or to get up to the top platform. I think he can do an underwater wall jump on this next ledge.
I think so.
Okay, he's just gonna wait for the crab, which
anyway.
is fair.
Yeah, the crab might hit him out of the UWJ if he went for it.
All right. And now we get to climb some more.
Yep, now he gets to use the other global crab.
Yay. What I would give for one of these crabs to be walking the opposite direction, so you could just climb up the left side instead of having to deal with these platforms here.
I don't know if that would actually be faster with the loadout that Beans has.
Probably not faster, but it would be safer. Because if you're in an expert seat and you're having to do this on like no health, it's kind of scary trying to navigate through this without getting hit by a crab.
Yeah, he's got one more freeze.
Yep. One more.
He almost missed that.
And he's up. Yeah. That would have been annoying.
It would have been hilarious.
Yep. I mean, he could have just frozen it on the other side, so like wouldn't be a huge loss, but it would be silly.
Yes. Toaster is still blinding Norfair.
Yeah.
Or no,
this is Turian.
He's in Turian now.
Yeah. But he had to blind Norfair to... Oh.
Oh.
He found bowling, though.
It's
He knows
true.
that's an objective. Goodbye, Craig. No zombie Craig today.
I didn't know you could do a quick kill with charged plasma.
Yep. What you don't want to do is do one missile and then full beam combo plasma, because that will do that will give you a zombie Craig. I didn't actually know what caused zombie Craig until like last week. So I just like, I'm not gonna risk charge plasma here. It's no, I'm just gonna not.
That's totally fair.
Yep, I knew zombie crate was possible, and I knew charged plasma was part of the equation. So I just let me not.
As runners, how often do we clip our friends' races to give them a hard time about them? Outside of when I'm doing commentary, I'm not usually watching races. I'm usually playing them, or I'm just doing something else entirely.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to clip in those
I'm kind
cases.
of in a similar boat. I watch the most when I'm commentating, and when I'm commentating, I'm not clipping. So
Yeah.
And then I forget to go back and clip it unless it's a really good one.
I like the freezing the yapping maw setup that Beans just did to quickly get through.
Yeah, that's...
Yoink. I haven't thought of that. I always freeze the bug.
I just never think of freezing other than to save my life because the yapping maw is about to grab me.
Right. I just always go for the bug freeze. It's slower, but it does work.
Beans,
is he gonna X-ray climb this?
The madman. Oh no,
God.
This is not an X-ray climb. This is not an X-ray climb.
G mode, isn't he? Or whatever.
Wow. This is crazy. So what Beans is setting... Is he X-ray climbing? Why would he disable the E-tanks?
I have no idea what he's doing.
I don't know if he knows what he's doing yet either. He's trying to get back. Yeah, so he can't get up. That's a sand pit on the left side. So the only way... Wait, what is the way back? There has to be another way back. But he's showing off, so... Yeah, I think he was thinking about Gmoding here, but the zoomers weren't awake, so he can't. So this is just an X-ray climb. And he's trying to figure out the setup, and he got it.
He gets the door stuck.
Yep. So the door stuck that Beans just did was more annoying than usual because he's using a different sprite. So what you normally do for door stuck is you moonwalk until you're like one or two pixels away from the door transition. And then you do a standing spin jump, and then you tap forward to activate the hitbox that Samus uses to check for a wall jump. And that extended hitbox triggers the door while you're holding away from the door, which lets you be moving toward the door when you come into the room, and then you hold down to shrink Samus's hitbox so that the door closes on you. And then that's what we call door stuck. And then we use that because we're clipped into the wall. We use X-ray stand-ups repeatedly to X-ray climb all the way up to the top of the room. And this is a very long X-ray climb that Beans has chosen to do. Is it 8 screens actually?
That's so
He did
funny.
turn off morph, yes. Yeah, the other thing is like when you're doing X-ray climbs repeatedly, the inputs are like crouch, X-ray, turn around, release X-ray to force the stand up. And then crouch again, repeat. So when you're doing this blind, it's very possible to like miss one of the 4 stand-ups and then try to crouch and then accidentally morph. And once you've morphed, you can't. You're stuck. You're just stuck inside the wall. So almost every runner you see will turn off morph whenever they're doing an X-ray climb to make sure they don't get stuck in morph ball while they're doing this.
The real question is, does he lose track of his count? Because I also believe like you have to know when you get to the door and just go, right?
Not really. You can see on the mini-map, you can see the tiles he's occupying. So once he gets up to the tile that the door is in, he just has to be in line with the door frame because all the tiles, like the door frames are usually in the same spot of the tile every time. So when you're at this door, you know you're at the top door.
Gotcha.
Intended way to get back
Toaster
through plasma
found
spark.
speed, but then died to heat.
Oh no. That's rough.
I can't believe that he's X-ray climbing this.
I can believe it. I love this. But I'm kind of curious how Toaster got back, because he didn't revert charge, did he? Maybe he did.
I think he died and lost charge.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, so his options were Plasma Spark or G4 for getting up, neither of which he has the items for. So yeah, this is Beans' only way back. I love this. Oh, G4 into Plasma Spark. Oh, okay,
That's
gotcha.
even
You
worse.
have to do both. It's great. So where were High Jump and Spring Ball? Who knows? Who needs logic? We don't need logic where we're going.
Oops, no movement.
Yep. Except for X-Ray. But X-Ray's overpowered, so it's fine.
Just all the beams.
I love the secret area music to go along with this. This is perfect.
It's perfect.
Anyone have any X-Ray KZ emotes or similar? Get your X-Ray climb emotes in the chat if you have them. I don't think I have any. Let me double check.
I think Toaster missed the pixel. He has to freeze the Metroid again. There he goes. Second time's the charm.
This is the closest I have, but it's really not.
But what's wild is spending this long on this X-ray climb is still not going to punish him compared to what Toaster is doing.
Nope.
Toaster regrabs speed.
X-ray climbs are not fast things. Nope.
Okay, Toaster did remember he needs to heal enough for the spark. God, that Michael Jackson
I love the spark.
It's so bad that it's great.
We're getting all the showcases of the silly animations for the sprite, and that's not even an item.
It's just a missile.
Wait, is it? No, it is a missile. Okay. I thought it was like
a
one of the replace items, but this is random objective. It's not item draft. Never mind. It's still just a missile.
Beans is one tile away. He's almost there.
Almost there, Beans.
Oh
You're
my
almost
God.
there.
So, and then when Michael Jackson reaches the middle of the screen again, he'll actually be at the door and can just open it and go left, right?
Yep. Yes.
I love that they're on the Michael Jackson sprite when he has to do this X-ray climb dance.
It's great.
Like, the only way it could be better is if they had to moon dance.
This is the new type of moonwalk. And that's it. And he's out.
Okay.
GG's. Also, Beans, your tanks are on manual. I hope you remember this.
He turned Morph back on, but didn't turn his tanks to auto.
Yep. So, did he have to go through criteria to get to Kraid? Is that what all that was about?
I think so.
Which is wild, because Kraid was in Norfair, yeah? Or am I misremembering that? Interesting.
Yeah, or go down G4 plus Plasma Spark, which also would mean he has to go through criteria to get out. Now Beans, so he's killed Kraid. He needs to go kill Fantoon again.
Okay.
And then do bowling, and then he just has Acid Chozo and Golden Chorizo left. Like, everything's left in Norfair. I am assuming, given that he just did that horrendous X-ray climb,
I think
he's
he's
just gonna
committed to
X-ray
just-
climb Precious.
Yeah, he's just committed to being go mode at this point. But yeah, so what was the other exit from Kateria? Because there had to be one. Because one entrance was a sand pit, the other was the whatchamacallit? Oh, I guess. Right. Okay. So the other exit. Okay.
The other
It's
exit
not
is
that
assuming
you couldn't
so
get out of Criteria. You couldn't
so
get.
high jump or spring ball or gravity
Right,
is
yeah.
somewhere north of Crateria.
So there was a Criteria exit, but it put you into a section of Norfair you couldn't return from.
Yep, he's going for it. He's just gonna X-ray climb out of Precious.
Yep.
Makes sense at
More
this point.
X-ray climb. Let's go. Is Toaster finally gonna? Are we gonna see synced up Fantoon fights?
That would be so funny. It won't really be synced up because Beans will just microwave him.
True. After all of this, all of these detours, all this blinding from Toaster, and this X-ray climbing from Beans, we have returned to the magic space elephant from the circus with his flame wheels. Yep, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Sure. All right.
And okay, that's one Fantoon just dead. Just
Yep,
vaporized.
he got a fast and just instantly X-rayed to microwave that. You're calling it a magic space elephant?
Yes, from the circus.
I see. I mean, he's a sci-fi beholder.
A sci-fi what? I'm not sure I know
Beholder?
that term.
It's a D&D monster.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't spent much time in D&D. Okay, this door stuck could actually be tricky.
Oh, Beans straight up died because he forgot
Beans?
about his reserves.
Beans, you left your reserves on manual again. We've been trying to reach you about your reserves extended warranty.
All right, he knows now. Yeah, at least Beans saved. He only has to go kill Fantoon a second time, which he'll be right behind Toaster's. Yes, true. He'll be right behind Toaster's first Fantoon kill. But Toaster doesn't even have X-ray, so Toaster has no way out. Can you get out with just speed?
No, speed. You can get out with speed. It's a stupid short charge, but you can get out.
In Plower House?
Yes. You only need 4 tiles of dry room to make that short charge.
I see.
It's, like I said, it's a stupid short charge. It's dumb, but you can do it.
So now Toaster gets the bad news that oops, every objective is here.
Mm-hmm. And okay, so with G4, what are the rooms connected to G4 elevator? I couldn't see. If that's business center with a runway, it's technically possible to spark up that elevator. But if there's not a way to do that, Toaster's kind of just cooked. Frickin' Michael Jackson idle animation.
It's so good. And by good, I mean awful but hilarious.
Okay, Toaster, what do you got? Oh, that's a hit you don't want to take. Okay. He's trying. Oh, this looks not quite. But that slowdown is exactly what you need. You just need to get a good enough slowdown on the right frames to be able to actually charge a spark. Okay, Beans trying this door stuck again. And yeah, with this custom sprite, it's really hard to tell where the last pixel is. This is where the Michael Jackson sprite is really hurting both runners. Oh, yep. Toaster almost had it, I think. Yeah, on Beans' side, he needs to find the right pixel to be able to get the door stuck. On Toaster's side, he needs to, like, see the run cycle. No!
Oh, no!
That was it! He had it.
Does he have enough health to get out at this point?
You've got one more shot, Toaster. This is gonna be close. This might not be enough health even. No, okay.
Oh, no. At least he got the map.
Yep, he got the map. So he could bail on this and look for water movement, but that honestly would be pretty bad because Beans has grabbed all the majors on the Norfair map and still not found the water movement he's looking for. Right, this X-ray climb is significantly shorter than the last one Beans did. Hopefully he remembered to turn off Morph.
Is it bad that I'm kind of hoping he forgot because it would be funny?
It would be funny, you're right.
And also give us a minuscule chance of Toaster pulling this back.
Mm-hmm. Beans also showing off the one-sided X-ray climb in this case. So there's some nuance to X-ray climbing. So like when you're door stuck, you're like halfway inside the wall and halfway out of it, which is what gives you the ability to exit the wall later when you get up to the top, because you can just hold away from the wall and just walk back inbounds. But that also means when you're X-ray climbing, if you do the turnaround from left to right, you can just kind of fall out of the wall if you do the input wrong. So Beans playing the safer but slower method, where you make sure to do your turnarounds and only do the stand-up going left so that you can't fall out of the wall.
Makes sense.
And Beans is out. We still have so much more to do.
I
still have to go do bowling. We still have to go do acid Jozo.
I can't believe that he legitimately did X-ray climbs. Like, that's not swag. That's just he actually broke logic and used it to get out.
Yeah, it was necessary without just going off into Narnia to blind the mages that you needed. That's plasma, not what Toaster was hoping to see. Yeah, Toaster doing exactly what I was afraid of. He's just going for all of these majors and hoping to find something. But yeah, unfortunately,
given his level of knowledge, it's the right call. Like, you always do that. He just gets punished because it is not actually the right call in the context of the map overall.
Yep. Because he doesn't really have a good way to get back from Kraid. Even if he did go to do it, he would have to do the same X-ray climb that Beans has already done.
And he doesn't have X-ray.
Oh, did he revert out of it? Because I know he picked it up.
Yeah, he reverted out of all of criteria.
Oh, yeah.
It's the item in criteria.
Yeah. Yep.
So we see Beans farming up for his Golden Chorizo fight. Novaria, you do definitely want to go in here at full health.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a very, very doable fight, but it's not free. Like, I had this fight in a race of my own where it's like you do the setup because you can stand him in the corner and just like stand there and shoot straight up and be fine. But if he like bumps you with his knee and then gets out of the corner, it's over at that point because you don't have time to set him up on the other side.
It looks like he found the sweet spot, but it is hard to find that sweet spot with an alternate sprite.
Yep. My trick is just don't look at the sprite, look at where your shots are coming from. If your shot where the arm cannon is pointing is directly below GT's beak, you're probably in the right spot.
All right, so Beans is going to make his way to bowling now. And to Acid Chozo. In whatever order he winds up doing them. Does it even matter which order he does them in? It's just kind of do both because they're all connected in the same general spot.
They're both one-ways, so, like, there's probably a correct order.
I think they're both one-ways that both connect back to Big Pink.
Nice.
That's why I think it's just literally whatever order he feels like doing them in.
Yep. I would do Acid Chozo first to get the deadly one out of the way.
That's fair. Okay, it looks like he's going to go save before doing Acid Chozo. This is smart. It doesn't matter that he has enough to do it. It's still something where if you make a mistake, you die very fast.
Yep. Yeah, because he's probably going to burn most or all of his E-tanks doing the statue, and then he's only going to have two reserves to get out with. With one reserve, it is possible, but like in my practice, you usually get out with no more than 7 health. Usually it's more like 2 health. So, like, you've got 100 health to work with. So, like, that's not nothing, but one false move and you could be dead. Because the platforming on the way back is not free. Oh, Beans. No,
that's not how you do it.
Beans, no.
Oh, is he dead? I don't know how much health the statue drains.
I don't think he's dead, but it's going to be sketchy.
So we were talking about this earlier. If you let your reserves trigger during the statue animation, they don't trigger until after the statue. So you get your full amount of reserves back.
Oh, okay, no, he's fine. He's fine.
He lives.
The platforming up is deceptively difficult. Because like those jumps are like just short enough. You can't quite make it up with a ledge grab. But if you're wall jumping, you're losing time. And yeah, like again, like I said, 99 health is barely enough to do it. So if you're on 150 and you're making mistakes, it gets really scary.
Okay, with that, he's out. He just needs to do bowling, and that's everything. And he can go to Mother Brain, which we know is just to the left of ship.
Using the intended method of grappling across bowling alley because he doesn't want to take 60 damage per hit.
Okay, so Toaster sees there's there's 1 or 2 majors in the gauntlet exit room. I don't remember what it's actually called. Green Pirate Shaft?
Yes.
All right, and
Nice
that's
power bomb
bowling
for no
done.
All right, so now it's just Mother Brain. All right.
Where was
chat.
Mother Brain? Which region
Be
was
thinking.
it? Was it Crateria? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Must be. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Do we don't have the Bryn map, do we? So this is technically a blind escape.
Technically.
Kind of. Kind of. Not really, but it is. All right. You see, the ship is right next to Mother Brain, but it's connected to the wrong side of Mother Brain. And that path goes through Brinstar, which we have not seen. It's very possible for this to be a 15-second escape. It's also possible for this to be like a minute if the path through Bryn is particularly rude.
It entirely depends on what that loop winds up being.
Yep. I don't think it's
we get a bonus croc.
Yo, let's go. Moonwalk, Beans. Moonwalk. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
If you're not gonna do the Crocomire moonwalk with this sprite, what are you even doing? welcome,
Okay,
chat.
I wasn't ready for you to do such a good Michael Jackson hee-hee. That was incredible.
Also, fun fact, I'm using not the exact, almost the same microphone that Michael Jackson used on Thriller. So that's fun.
Oh my god. Like, someone please clip words doing that, because that was fantastic. That was so good. Okay. Beans gets his ship refill and save. Is he going to remember to turn on his auto reserves? He has to survive
He
Rainbow
remembered
Beam.
last time, so he should remember this time. This is also not a free mother brain. Reminder that we are suitless here. So we're taking 4 times the damage you would be taking in the vanilla game.
He literally dies in a single hit from some of the attacks.
Pretty much, yeah. The Rinkas do 40, which is why we saw him do a variation of Zeb Skip that doesn't take the Rinka hit. You actually take a hit from the Zebetite itself, which does 0 damage. Yeah. So doing a safer method of Zeb Skip to get here with 99 health instead of what would have been 59. He'll be fine. No damage. Trust.
It means I think
Beans
he
is
can
definitely
take
capable of this.
he can take a meatball hit and not be dead, but if he takes an onion ring or ketchup, he's instantly dead.
Yeah.
Or French fry.
Yep.
I think meatball's the only one that does less than 100 damage.
And there's your hit.
Yep.
There's a French fry.
It's interesting to me that he's not turning it on when he menus there for screw attack, because like it doesn't change anything else. It's not like where like you might not have to use it and you only turn it on if you need to use it kind of situation. He's gonna need those reserves no matter what he does.
Yep. I think he just likes to live dangerously. But yeah, he took a Rinka hit there. You see, now he's at 59 health instead of 99. So you see the big difference that makes.
And I think now he can't even take a meatball.
Yeah. He could take like the center hit of a meatball that does less damage for whatever reason.
Yes.
But like anything more than that, then it's game over. This is without high jump, so this is a different variant of the Mother Brain fight. It's very doable, it's just a little sketchy. Ooh, a nice morph on morph to dodge the ketchup and the meatball there. Okay, that's a dead Mother Brain. Get your guesses in chat. It's gonna be quick.
You remember to turn on auto. Yeah. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be longer than we think. It's gonna be 50 seconds.
50 seconds? I'll go 40. It's probably gonna be much shorter than that.
It could literally be like 15 seconds.
It literally could be 15.
But I think it's funnier if it's long.
I agree. 25. Migishu with 25.
And Original Mothman and Starson.
Starson, nice. GG's, congratulations, you win a metaphorical cookie.
It was a
it
quick
couldn't have been
loop, unfortunately.
Quite 15, maybe. It would have been close. Because we did have to go through Dragon, but that's not bad. All right, get your GG's in chat for Cruelbeanz. We saw some very fun stuff in that race.
Absolutely. GG's. God, a seed where every objective is in the main region and it still took over an hour because that seed was so cursed.
Yep. Yeah. Every objective was in Norfair, and there were a lot of majors in Norfair, but none of them were the ones that we needed. Like, literally, all that you would have needed to make this comparatively a free seed would have been high jump.
Yep.
If you get high jump, then I believe both of these runners are capable of doing underwater wall jump up G4 elevator. They can both do cross room jump into Precious Room. So like that would have bypassed the need for Beans' X-ray climbs entirely. So yeah, like if any of those majors that Beans picked up had been high jump, the seed would have been over 20 minutes ago. But this one was just so cursed because like, where's your water movement? Sucks to be you, it doesn't exist. Somewhere off in Narnia at the edge of the world. All right, but we will be joined here shortly by both of our runners. Again, get your GGs in chat. Both of them played very well. They put on a good show for us. Love the Michael Jackson sprites and the cursed Metroid Dread sprites.
Yes.
They were here to have some fun, and they certainly accomplished that. Welcome,
Hello.
Toaster and Cruelbeanz. GGs.
Hello,
GGs.
GGs. Hope
So,
you guys enjoyed
yeah.
the funny show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tell us about those seeds.
The first one was good.
I really liked the first seed. That was actually a fun, hard, tricky seed. Honestly.
The first seed was great with the sprite. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
The janky
Yeah.
sprite.
Oh god.
It was close, right? It was close first one.
Yeah, that was very
yeah.
close.
So
Which was, yeah. Go ahead.
that
Jack.
first one, Beans was way, way ahead. But Beans, for whatever reason, did not peak the top major in bowling, which
Nope.
was gravity.
Gravity.
And Toaster,
I didn't have
you
bombs.
grabbed
I
it.
didn't have bombs. I ran out of bombs. I was bomb locked.
Right, but you never peeked it. Like you went
Right.
into that room to
No,
short
I-
charge.
I didn't want to go. Yeah, I know. I should have peeked it. But
That's what we were thinking, because like you had wave beam, I think, at that point, and could have literally just shot the thing to peek.
I was
it.
trying to get up Oasis. I was
Mhm.
like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I can just spark up
Yeah.
Oasis.
And because
Yeah.
it was gravity, Toaster started gaining time on you from
Oh,
your
wow.
lead the entire rest of seed one,
Mhm.
and you guys wound up 3 minutes apart by the end.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because Toaster went kind of the opposite direction. When he got the map, he actually went straight back to Big Pink for the major that was bombs. So that meant he didn't have to worry about bomb management. So he didn't have to do your 5-minute farm in Hellway for power bombs.
Oh, yikes. That far.
And then, what was the other thing? So he went down first and ended up running straight into gravity and then skipping all the other majors because he had gravity. And yeah, he made up a ton of ground because of that.
Yeah, I figured I was like, one of these is gravity, and it's gonna cost me.
Yep. Yeah, because I think at that point, the only majors you didn't have were gravity, plasma, bombs, and X-ray. And I think you had 2 majors in Norfair. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
worst case scenario, you get X-ray and bombs, but in all likelihood, you would have gotten plasma or gravity.
Well, I saw that major up in the middle of Big Pink, right? And I was like, oh my god, I bet that's bombs. And I missed it.
It was.
Mm.
And it was.
Yep, it was.
Yep.
And I think we deduced that plasma was the gauntlet major.
Yep,
From the
one in
early game
criteria.
when you didn't have morph. So like imagine the galaxy brain if you get power bombs and morph and you go back for that major and it was just gravity. It wasn't, but imagine if it had been.
Yeah. Second seed.
Oh,
Oh my
gosh.
god. So
The second
okay.
seed, that was amazing.
Toaster didn't do the same things you did, Beans. So do
I
you want to
imagine-
explain to
obviously.
Toaster what happened?
Yeah. So
Uh-oh.
I was trying to figure out where to go. I killed Fantoon for the map the first time, right? So I was like, okay, wow, there's a bunch of stuff. I can't get back logically from Fantoon. So I reset. I go to Torian, nothing. I go to Meridia, nothing. I was like, you know what? I'm dropping down C. I'm just dropping down the shaft. I go down, I get
X-ray?
charge, I get X-ray, charge, plasma. Guess what I do?
Yeah.
I spend like 5-6 minutes X-ray climbing back up that shaft after killing Kraid.
Uh-huh. And he had to do the
Oh,
ice
man.
crab climb to get up to Kraid in the first place.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that.
And then
Yeah, it's funny
Oh
because
my
like
God.
around the last like probably I'd say 15 minutes or so, I was like thinking, okay, is there a room I could spike suit from? And I noticed Mission Impossible. I noticed it too late, and I was like thinking again, I could just get a spike suit in Mission Impossible, so I can get out of Kraid. And then I was thinking of the short charge into the water starter charge that I missed when I got Fantoon the first time.
Mhm.
I was like, let me just go back and do it again because at that point, I can't deal with the rest of the seed anymore. I don't know where it
So
was.
that's
I don't
the
know
other
where it
difference.
logically wanted you to go.
That's the
Oh,
other difference,
wow.
Toaster, is Beans never found speed.
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
I never found speed. I think I had what,
Yeah.
like 3, 4. I had like 5 majors, 6.
Oh yeah. When I realized
Yeah.
where speed was, that I was like, oh, it's one of those seeds that's gonna be. It's like you get ice beam. Okay, did you see a room you could use ice beam for? And it's like,
Well, when I
No.
saw 4
wait,
the
back in then I remembered I remember like what 10 minutes later or so much later after I got ice that we saw pre-bottoon.
Mhm.
And then there
So-
there it was.
Yeah, so this was a weird one for figuring out the logic. We never actually figured out the logic, but my
don't know.
theory was
I
because
will-
we got ice, and then on the same step, because of bombs, we had access to screw attack Indiana Jones.
Mm.
And then
Okay.
we had a decent amount of health, so I'm thinking it either wanted Red Key Hunter Shaft or Three Musketeers. I think Toaster
Interesting.
went through Three Musketeers but died because he didn't have screw attack.
Yeah.
But that
What was
might have
that
been the
at?
logical next step to get you
I'm
to
going to
your
unlock
water
this-
movement.
I'm gonna unlock the spoiler right now.
Yeah, because I'm so like I made my own logic. Like when I jumped down, I got charged. I'm like, all the bosses are
Yeah.
here. I just gotta kill Kraid. I'm going.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I even
my
said-
Yeah,
I
he
said
just
to
did an
Toaster.
8-screen X-ray climb to get out. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then
Do you know I was actually thinking about that X-ray climb too. Okay, guess what? I clicked unlock spoiler. The map random site says bad gateway, so I think that
What?
the seed broke. Okay, no, it unlocked. I was like, I thought that the seed broke the map random site. Ugh.
No.
Okay,
We'll
so I
never
just unlocked
know.
it. And,
oh boy.
oh my gosh, the room after up Three Musketeers is just a save station.
Oh,
Bro,
next to,
look at
next
step
to Speed
6.
Booster was Ridley.
It wanted Ridley.
No, it didn't want Ridley. If you wanted the map for wreck ship, which you shouldn't. What? You see where gravity is?
I didn't watch it. I'm not looking at it. Hang on.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't put it on. I just opened the seat. So gravity is remember attic
Oh my
in
God.
wreck ship? Gravity was right there outside of Fantoon.
I never. I
Fantoon
don't think
thing.
I.
If you were able to
Oh my
crystal flash,
gosh!
Wow.
I walked into that room too. It's like, and I
meant to
completely
check
forgot
that.
about it.
I meant to check that.
Yeah, I think it was a while though before either of you had enough power bombs to crystal flash. So like
Yeah.
that wasn't likely to happen. But
Wow, Ridley blocking a map. That's mean.
jeez.
that's
where
so
was
cursed.
Spring ball.
Yeah, where was Spring?
Oh,
Ball?
it wanted you to blind spring ball. That's
Ew.
awful.
Through main hall into coastline
Oh.
room.
Because if you're in Meridian,
Yeah.
you're gonna go for the map, and not. Okay, this seed was ew.
Wait, did neither? No, Croc Speedway was the seed one where I saw that. Yeah, okay.
I
That's
went.
crazy. Yeah,
I
yeah.
went up ice beam gates to Wastelands, and I died in Wastelands, and I reset. I never went back,
Mhm. Yeah,
and that's when
so
I just jumped
for-
down.
And then high jump was where? Because
High
high
jump
jump
was,
is what y'all would have needed without like X-ray climbs or spike suits.
Yeah, it's green pirate shaft, so it expected
Mm,
spring ball so you can get up halfy.
Yeah,
Wow.
of course. There's
This
That's-
logic is
this
logic
is
was nuts.
We
Yeah.
sure this wasn't a challenge seed?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Pretty sure.
It sure looks
Goodness.
like one.
Oof.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's bad. That's why I got lucky.
So-
As soon as that's why I got lucky with that. Man, that's all it was.
Yeah,
So
this one
Beans-
this is a seed that's just asking you to break logic. If you don't break logic, you're so far behind.
Yeah, I should have just gone for it earlier, but
Yeah.
So
Happens.
Beans, were you relieved or disappointed when you saw that the escape timer was only 25 seconds?
Oh, I knew it was gonna be I knew it was gonna be short because I saw the Bryn connection like right there.
Right.
I
Yeah.
knew
You
it
were
was
really
we were
hoping,
hoping
that the
for
loop
some
inside
absurd
Bryn
loop.
was
Yeah.
silly.
I was
would've
stressed
been
out.
fun.
I even said to Toaster, I'm like, dude, I'm cooked. Like I'm doing stuff that's like way out of logic. I'm fried.
the problem is doing logic was worse. Or trying to figure out what logic was
Yep.
way worse.
This seed was cursed.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. We need to
Wow.
find some streamers to send this to, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We
Someone's
need
gonna
to
send
make
to Eddie
Oats
and
and
figure out in
Eddie
2
play
seconds.
this one.
Yep.
But no, actually,
Nito
better
will
yet,
play it
like,
for sure, unless
someone
he's
send it
here
to
in
Eddie and prompt and say you can do this, but do not break logic.
Oh no.
If you break logic, piece of cake for Eddie or someone like Eddie. But
Yeah.
you don't break
I
logic.
mean, I wouldn't say
I
it's
mean,
a
he'll-
piece of cake because the logic breaks are absurd. Like the 8-room X-ray climb, yeah. That's.
And he does that
I
in
guess
his
spike
sleep.
suits would.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
Oh, the spike suit, like the first seed.
Yeah,
we
spike
both-
suit would have been really useful.
Yeah.
To go into Kraid, that Kraid loop through Mount Everest was dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, because like that, I know it took me too long to realize there was a spot for spike suit too.
Yeah.
and then
But you have to blind that speed though, right? Where even is Matt? in Mexico?
true, that's true.
So Toaster, I have an actual question for you.
Yeah.
Why didn't you choose to just kill Fantoon anyway, even knowing that you'd have to revert it and would have to do it again for bowling to get the Norfair map?
Oh,
Yeah,
you didn't
so-
do that.
Yeah, it took me too long to do that because I figured that, oh, you know what, it's gonna the seed. This will be one of those seeds where the items will kind of guide you towards the thing you need,
Mhm.
and you won't need that right now, and you'll be better off doing that. We've done a seed like that in this tournament, and it was because for killing Kraid, and it was faster to do just follow the items than to just kill Kraid with charge beam.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
this seed was not the case. I was thinking like
Mhm.
I should just go get Fantoon. Then I finally went to Fantoon after I got speed booster because I was like, oh, I could, if I do this right, I could get out. And I almost did, but we all saw the blunder.
You got Michael Jackson.
Dude, that Michael Jackson sprite's so
Sprite,
weird.
so good.
I was
Great.
moonwalking and dancing throughout the whole scene.
We
Oh,
were cackling.
goodness.
Both of you
Yeah.
paused to dance at various points.
I was gonna be very upset though, Beans, if you didn't moonwalk for Croc.
Oh, I
Like
told
if
myself
you're going to
serious.
moonwalk somewhere, you have to do it there.
I was moonwalking everywhere.
Uh,
Oh my god, this is fun though. This is really good. Like,
oh yeah.
This is great.
this is great.
Hope it was fun to watch. It was fun to play for the most part. Like, even this seed was just like brain busting in my
Mhm.
head. I was like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. But looking at this logic page, I would be searching for. I actually would have been very mad if I didn't just look at the spoiler just now and see
Mm-hmm.
where it expected you to get spring ball from.
That's
Yeah. So, Beans, you're gonna
Mhm.
move on to face let's see, loser of round 5 seed 1. So where's
Oh.
round 5?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, parsing silver bracket is a lot.
It's a lot. So
So we're not gonna know.
I think it's
It's probably like PAF or somebody or
right?
no,
When we get
I
cooked.
think it's Aussie, Nitro, Nito, or Eddie.
Are you
One of
kidding
those.
me?
No. Loser.
Can I quit?
Loser?
No,
It's-
because
it's
you're in
whichever
silver bracket,
loses
right?
that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
in silver.
No.
I quit.
Yeah, sorry, that's a yeah.
So
you looked at,
we
No,
won't
round
know,
5.
'cause
Losers
we're-
round 5. Okay.
Yeah. So the way our silver, bronze, and all those brackets work is like we take everyone who loses in a given round, and then after we have the full list of people who are in silver bracket on that round, it then seeds them based on the rank that they had at the
Gotcha.
beginning of the tournament. So we won't know who Beans will be facing until literally the entire round 5 is done.
You have to wait for
There's
round
that
6
potential
because there's round
really-
5 and 6 seeding into it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
there's a few potential really funny matchups I could see.
it says round 5 seed 1. So whoever of the it'll be
Mhm.
one of Tillamorph, Tickles,
Lynx.
Emmett, and Andy. I think.
It's probably gonna be late. Yeah. Oh my god. No
Well,
thanks.
Whichever
I
one of
assume
them
that-
winds up being seed 1.
Yeah. It probably won't be Emmett because I think he's 23. So I don't think
Yeah.
he can be the top seed of these 4 players.
That's totally underseeded though.
Yeah.
Still,
But yeah,
Yep.
that's gonna be fun regardless.
No.
You won't be allowed to do shenanigans that time.
No,
I don't
I
think
won't.
they'll play nice like Toaster does.
Well,
Actually,
this-
I think it has to be Tickles or Derp unless you expect Aussie or
I'm
sorry,
cooked.
Lynx or Oats to lose.
I'm cooked.
Yeah. Nah,
Well,
you got this. You got
Yeah. Okay.
this.
Okay. Anyway,
Anyway,
I have faith in you.
I don't.
I have faith. I believe in you, Beans.
Okay.
You will put on a fun show at the very least.
That's
Yep.
That's about it.
Thank you, by the way, Beans and Toast, for putting on this amazing show.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's-
absolutely.
Also, I definitely said that just because I wanted to say Beans and Toast.
Guys,
No.
follow these runners. These guys are both entertaining
Absolutely.
streamers. They're fun to watch. Great personalities. They do a lot of very silly settings.
Hmm.
Oh goodness.
Very challenging settings.
I'm working
Yeah,
on a set of
Beans doesn't even
settings,
play
so-
expert anymore. He just plays Insane Plus, and that's it. He doesn't even bother with expert seeds anymore. They're too easy.
I end up breaking logic, so I get cooked every once in a while. But anything else though?
I don't know. You guys got anything else to say to Speed Gaming?
Thank you guys. It's amazing. Thank you all for watching. Toast and I decided to just have fun with this and be silly with some settings. So I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, likewise. Again, thanks SpeedGaming for honestly being a really great host for not just our tournament, but like all these speedrunning tournaments.
Mhm.
Again, thanks comms and trackers for making this happen, and hope everyone's enjoying the tournament. And I'm looking forward to some of the gold matches. If I'm being honest. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, there's some fun ones coming up. Everyone, I encourage you to tune in for Oates versus Emmett tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oof, that's like that feels like one of those like longtime rival matches there.
That, and they specifically requested they have Andy and Eddie doing comms.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Okay, that's
So
It's,
be
it's
amazing.
all 4 of them are going to be there.
Absolutely tune
Yeah,
into
the
that
funny-
one.
The funniest thing is, wasn't that the group they're at GDQ for the 4-day
Yes.
race before?
Mhm.
too.
That's
So
why I
gonna
said
be a
all
really
4 of
fun
them,
thing.
because the 4 of
That's-
them are like close friends.
Yeah, that's gonna be an amazing. It's gonna be amazing commentary dynamic, and honestly, it's gonna be a really amazing like race. I think everyone should watch that one.
That is going
Yeah, I'm
to
gonna
be
watch
a
one
must-watch.
race.
It's going to be on the main Speed Gaming channel, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yep. And meanwhile, we still got some more races coming at you today. We have Tillamorph versus Lynx, which should already be going over on Speed Gaming 3.
And Rolex versus and Funny also should
yep.
be going already on Speed
Yep,
Gaming
on
4.
Speed Gaming 4. Is that... I think that's it for today. Those two will be our
Which-
last races for today. And we have
If
Oates
that
versus
goes to
Emmett
Game
tomorrow.
3, I'll be there for Game 3. So
Nice. Yep. And we got a lot more races coming at you this weekend as well, trying to finish out this round of bronze, maybe copper. I don't know if we're doing copper just yet. But bronze, silver, and a lot of lower gold bracket. So stay tuned. Lots more map randomizer coming this weekend. Yeah, thank you, Jax, for joining me in commentary. Thank you, Toaster and Beans, for putting on an amazing show for us. You both did great. GG's again, everyone in chat, follow our runners. Thank you, Zebra, for tracking. Did a great job. Thank you, everyone in chat, for watching. Thank you, everyone who helps to put on this tournament. It's been a blast. I keep saying it, but it keeps being true, so I'm going to keep saying it. Yeah, Jax, any final thoughts of your own?
nah, just see you next mission.